Good morning, everyone. We're here for an occasion to have a live demonstration of the Brookner Street Floodgate, a project that we began earlier this year and has just completed. And I'm happy to be here as your parish president to be a part of this ceremony. First, I'd like to recognize a few people that are here with us today that were instrumental in this project. First, Honorable Councilman T.J. Smith. We have representatives of the St. Tammany Parish Drainage District number 4, which was an impetus in this project as well. We have Wayne ESPAT, President, Tim Asher, and Carolyn Cavalier representing the Drainage District number 4. Jay Watson, Parish Engineer for St. Tammany Parish Government. Laura Gatlin, Project Manager for this project out of the Engineering Division of Public Works. And Gary Staniszewski, Field Service Manager for FloodBreak Automatic Floodgates, which is the supplier for the floodgates. Also want to recognize the engineering consultants that are responsible for this. Infinity Engineering Consultants, represented by Mr. Raul Chauvin, his son Philip, Mike Revere, and Andrew Conlin. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Mike Yarborough, the superintendent for Warner Trucking, who's responsible for the construction of this project. And last but not least, Team Tammany, representatives of St. Tammany Parish Government in Public Works, Engineering, and Public Information Office. So thank you all for being here. What you're going to see is another step toward flood mitigation in the neighborhood, this neighborhood, Fox Hollow. It will give residents another layer of protection, and our goal in any weather event is the protection of life and property. This is innovative technology and uses the power of rising flood water against itself to automatically protect property. No manpower is required to operate the gate. If water rises, the gate will rise and recede on its own. And as the flood waters recede, the gate recedes as well. I'm proud to say that we're at the forefront in St. Tammany with the first gate of this kind in a residential neighborhood. Councilman T.J. Smith, please.
The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and all that dwells therein. In obedience to Him and reverence to Him, we want to give thanks to our Creator, first of all, for allowing us to be here today on this momentous occasion. Mr. President, Mr. ESPAT, and all of the other dignitaries and folks who have gathered here on this grand opening, 1,500 plus residents will benefit from this new structure. About 5.5 miles of levee protection, along with some pumping stations, allow us to add to those things this benefit of this floodgate. And without it, the people would suffer much more damage as it relates to some storm events, insurance, and other things that come with home ownership. So we want to thank you today for joining us. And Mr. President and the staff and everybody else who is associated with this project, we thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I'm going to call on Mr. Wayne ESPAT, Chairman of Parish Drainage District number 4, to say a few words.
Good morning. I'm Wayne ESPAT, President of Drainage District number 4 of St. Tammany Parish. Drainage District number 4 has an operating budget of $160,000 annually. We operate and maintain 5.5 miles of levees, 3 diesel pumps, 2 large holding ponds, and with part-time employees. For 20 plus years, we've been trying to get a floodgate at this entrance. I'm glad to say and happy to see the reality that under the present administration that we were able to accomplish this. Drainage District Number 4, its Board of Commissioners, the residents of this area of Oak Plain, Spring Hill, Pinehurst, and New Kings Point thank President Mike Cooper and the council members of St. Tammany Parish, and especially Councilman Thomas J. Smith, who has worked very hard for this to become a reality. Thank you very much. The administration of St. Tammany Parish, along with all its support staff, the Drainage District really appreciates it. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to call on Mr. Gary to give some technical information of how this floodgate works.
Hi, I'm Gary Staniszewski with FloodBreak Floodgates. The mechanics of the gate's quite simple. It's a hinged panel on one side that's buoyant. The water pressure is going to come up and hydrostatic pressure is going to lift the buoyant panel. It'll go back down completely on its own and rest back in place with minimal maintenance and a long lifetime. That's pretty much it. We try to keep it as simple as possible to eliminate any problems with any mechanical issues.
How many of these have you deployed?
We have 2,500 systems around the world. At some point, most of the ones in Houston have deployed, some of them multiple times annually. We've never had a failure. They go up and they come back down just like they're supposed to every time.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we get to the demonstration, I want to acknowledge Mayor Greg CROMER of the City of Slidell. If you'd like to say a few words. And also with him are representatives of Fire District Protection Number 1, led by Chief Chris Kaufman. Mayor?
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the opportunity. This is a great project for our community, for this community in particular. When I was in the legislature, this was something that was discussed back during those times. Mike, thank you and your administration. Councilman Smith, thank you for working so diligently to get this done to protect these folks back here in a high water event. So good project, great utilization of tax dollars and levy fund dollars. Can't thank you enough for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mike.
Amy, I'm going to take it from you. Okay, we're ready for the demonstration.